My vision's been so bad lately, I don't even know if the camera's on. If it wasn't for that blinking light. Oh my God. We're doing early morning advices program. That's right. Just making sure that I get apps. They switch my schedule at work. Need I say more? When you're a young man and they switch your schedule, you're like, ha 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 ha, okay. When you're 47 and they switch your schedule at work, it's like your whole life goes into a tailspin. You don't know what to do. I'm like, where's the coffee this morning? I couldn't find the fucking coffee. I'm like, this is why. The fucking with my schedule. Anyhow, you guys got problems? I got big time problems. Like right now, I don't know, man. I need the coffee. So what's your problem? Hey Jesse, my wife's passion in life is to argue with every single person she encounters. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This whole idea of marriage, guys, not a good idea. Just to give you an example, I come out of work the other day, all right? And I walk to my truck, and across from my truck is this fucking like 67 Impala. It's in immaculate condition. I'm looking for it from a distance and I can't see anymore. So I'm like, what's that? It's red. Is that a tugboat? I'm like, oh no, it's a 67 Impala. So I walk closer and it says SS on it. I'm like, oh wow. And then I walk closer and it says 327 on the side. I'm like, oh, it's my favorite Chevy engine. Okay, small journal 327. I mean, lives at 9,000 RPM. It's like, that's where I'm happy. So it's like, if I ever built a Chevy, I'm not a Chevy guy, I'm a Ford guy. But if I ever built a Chevy, it would be the 327. So I'm like, oh, mint. I walk a little closer, I look through the window, it's got a 4-speed. I'm like, holy mackerel, what a car. So I'm like floating around the car looking at it. You know, it's like rag top, beautiful white rag top, the rally wheels, okay? The fucking red, beautiful. I'm always fascinated by paint jobs because I've done so many horrible paint jobs in my life that when I look and still continue to do them now because for some reason I can't get the knack of it, I look at a paint job, it's flawless. Like everywhere, it's flawless. Drip rails, flawless, everything. All, you know, there's something about a fully restored car that's almost like better than the factory. This was that. So, you know, I spent like 15 minutes still just looking at it. Next thing you know, my wife's on the phone. Ah, where are you? You're supposed to be home. Ah, I gotta go out. Ah, and I'm just like, I went from such pleasure to like enjoying this beautiful car to like a complete nightmare from hell. I know your wife's over 40 years old because she's a maniac. Okay, you're with a maniac. You know, sometimes I sit there and when I'm with my wife and she's bitching and moaning about something, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm with a maniac. Because what you need to understand about guys are calm to begin with. I mean, even when our testosterone is raging in our 20s, we are still relatively calm. And when you get old, guys just mellow out. I'm in my late 40s, man. I'm a professional chiller. Okay, and my wife is going in the opposite direction. She's turning into a homicidal sociopath. Anyway, where's this going? She loves to argue with experts or professionals and somehow thinks that she is more knowledgeable than a person who has been doing the same task every day for the past 30 years. Yeah. Of course. It was like the food court lady. We had this old food court fucking Karen at my job. And the space shuttle, I tell the story before, but I mean, it applies. We were all in the break room watching the news. The space shuttle crashed. It's like coming back, into, to land. And the thing crashed into a million pieces. She comes walking in. Gloves on. Oh, they entered the atmosphere at the wrong angle. I practically threw my lunch up in the air. I said, do me a favor. Next time I need a fucking hot dog, get it, wrap it up the right way with the fucking tinfoil. All right, I didn't know you graduated at MIT. You got to watch out for people. And the other thing is when I watch TikTok videos, people are like, when somebody does something. Okay. Get that out. Like a dive or something like that. And then you go into the comments and it says, there's some asshole that always says, I don't think people realize how difficult this really is. And it's like, yeah, and you don't either, because you never did it and you never will, because you're just a fucking keyboard loser, like everybody else around here. So get the fuck out of here and stop writing that comment. I'm a little pissed off and angry myself. Give me your wife's phone number. I'll call her up. I'll argue with her all fucking day. I'm done with these broads. I used to sit there while people would tell me shit, their bullshit, and go, not anymore. All right? I step toe-to-toe with you now. Because a lot of people are full of shit. All right. Recently, we wanted some renovation work done, and she began arguing with the carpenter. Worst thing you can do. Keeping in mind she's never held a hammer or a saw in her life, it's incredibly embarrassing and cringe-inducing when this happens. But if I speak up or say anything at all, hell will break loose. Yeah, of course. Well, you've managed to develop that sort of relationship with your wife over the years from being a puss. And me too. It's like we wanted air conditioner installed, a split. One of these things where you have the main unit outside and then it pipes in and it looks like, you turn your house into a fucking Hotel 6. Because you got this unit in there. It looks like it's horrible. It looks like RoboCop's head. It looks like the valve covers from a 5.0. Remember those? I always said those valve covers look like RoboCop's helmet. So now we got this thing hanging on a wall. Anyway, I told my wife before the guy got there, I said, the unit you install right here, because the fuse box is right here, you boom right into the wall. I don't want it over there. She wants to mount the unit across the other house. I'm like, how do you get power to that? You got to get 220 to it. We don't have 220. Man, I'm farting like crazy over here. My apologies. It's disgusting. You gotta run 220 through the fucking walls of the house. You gotta bang through the walls of the house. We don't have a access like that. She doesn't understand it. Like, she doesn't understand like a $5,000 project. She wants to turn it into a $30,000 project. In a way, you kind of gotta listen to the carpenters. Okay? And you gotta work something out. It is a very tactical way to deal with people. And that's not arguing with them. Okay? So what I'm gonna suggest to you today is, and I didn't have this prepared. We don't prepare here. I'd like your wife to read this book right here. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Okay? So it's a tactful way. This is a scumbag book, by the way. I read it and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to be, this is the kind of book if you want to be a master manipulator. Let's face it. The book is evil. Everybody touts it as one of these books, like self-help book to make you a better person. No, this makes you a master manipulator. Read it like 5 times. It's a good book, and it tells you how to talk to people in a way in which is not confrontational and make them do what you'd like them to do. So that's all your wife is probably like one of these fucking Long Island, like Italian sweat hog broads that can't shut a yap. There's no fucking like regulator on a fucking mouth. Sometimes I don't even need to speak up. Sometimes I simply cannot hide my facial expressions of shame, confusion, and embarrassment. And that's enough to put a target on my back. I feel at this point I've got no options, and I have to somehow learn to laugh at it all, but I have no idea how to do that. Okay, listen, buddy. I'm going to tell you right now. You're with this broad, you're going to stay with her, right? The obvious advice is leave her. Okay? That's basically 99% of the problems that come into the show is basically leave your wife. All right? Good night. But we're not going to do that, are we? Because maybe, I don't know, maybe she shit some kids. So you're in it for the long haul. Okay? The best thing you could do is fucking drop an edible and crack open a bottle of fucking Jack Daniels. Am I here to tell you? Because it's just not worth it. You realize, just go out to the ocean somewhere, okay? And jump in the water and put on a pair of cinder block shoes. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. But you got to realize that life is so much more than this. What's happening with you? Like when you watch your wife, the great thing about it is you got to be so drunk when your wife's mouth is going like this at the carpenters, and the carpenters are going like this. You just look and you say, "Look at that, mouth's moving. Amazing." And then you go on about your day. Now you can't pay attention to broads. Okay, I got that wonderful advice from my dead father-in-law from the grave. I never met the man. But my wife was bitching and moaning at me about something, and my brother-in-law came up to me, he put his arm around me, he goes, "You know what my father said? He said, women, you don't pay attention. You don't pay attention." And you know something? I said to him, at the moment, I was like, come on, man. Like, what kind of advice is that? That's bullshit. All right? And then I really started to think about it. Because sometimes the most wonderful philosophies are the simplest. It's like this guy at work, his father used to say, when somebody would get pissed off, he'd go, you get mad, then you get glad. And you're saying to yourself, well, that's the most infuriating thing somebody can say to you when you're mad. You get mad, then you get glad. I would punch somebody in the face if they came up to me in like when I'm in a raging fit. You get mad, then you get glad. And if you really think about that statement, it's brilliant because it's true. Just don't pay attention to your wife. Stop paying attention to them. You really make your life easier if you just agree with everything. Just agree with it. No matter how batshit crazy it is, no matter how much you know it's going to fuck up the house, just let it. They say, yeah, go ahead, do it. And when she goes in and she does it and it's all fucked up, then she'll complain about something else. They're assholes! What do you want from me? Get the fuck out of here. You're depressing me. Oh, man. It's like the print is getting smaller and smaller. Hi, Mr. Bidhead. Thank you for the great advice a few weeks ago suggesting I buy a house which is turnkey and ready to go. I don't have time for a doer-upper as I want to use my spare time in other creative endeavors. I have had an offer accepted and should be moving into a house in the next few months that needs no work at all. Perfect. As you alluded to answering my previous advice questions, I am now newly single. Oh, you're newly single in the house. This is like, oh my God. The level of trim that's going to come at you now is beyond ridiculous. You got to watch out. You're going to get some women that are clingers, man. Do not let women find out you're single with a house. Oh my God. You're prime time target. You don't even know. This is awesome. This is where you really have to be smart man. And you have to be strong. You can't be letting them sleep over more than 2 days in a row. You know that, right? Oh, that's when they throw the anchor over the side. Oh, they think it's theirs. Yeah. Oh, they bought a coffee machine and everything. Watch this. Yes, my ex turned out to be crazy. Who would have thought? My question is, what traits should I look for in a woman? One, let me put it to you. An ass like a basketball, a pussy like a 5-pound sledgehammer. And never mind the face, never mind the tits either. I'm not even a tit guy. Big ass and a big mound of flesh between the legs. I know it's disgusting. My mother watches. But I'm telling you right now, a 5-pound pussy, all right? And nothing later than in their 20s. Did I say that? Guys, don't make me single again, all right? I pray to God every day, don't make me single again. Seriously. I'm so excited for you, my friend. My ex turned out to be trait should I look for in a woman during this initial time period to avoid a crazy woman after the honeymoon period has worn off? They're all crazy. Well, haven't you learned anything, my friend? Haven't you learned anything? Just find some. Let me tell you something. Like I said, the rules for a single man in a newly acquired home: decorate the place awesome. Have different rooms: a viewing room, a video game room. Are you kidding me? A music room. That's what I would do. I have a listening room. Oh, beautifully decorated. Have the typical man cave room, shit all over the place, all shit, cool shit that just makes you happy. Iron Maiden posters, Iron Maiden tape collection. Horror movie VHS tapes. That's a collection I always wanted to do, horror movie VHS tapes. I know them all, and just to have them around, to look at them, makes me happy. Display them real cool, you know what I mean? Oh my God, I'd have a model room where I build model cars. I mean, could you picture it being single? I get back from the gym, go to the gym, maybe pump some steroids so you look like $1 million. That's the other thing. Get on steroids, go see a doctor, TRT, get in the gym, get yourself into great shape. Then you come home, you turn on fucking some yacht rock, start building models again like you're a little kid, start listening to Kiss Alive blasting. Oh my God. This is awesome. Your life is awesome. What do you need women for? What do you do? Really? I'd be working on cars in the garage all fucking day, making noise, grinding, welding, zzz. I drive around in a hot muscle car all fucking, that might be my daily. You're throwing women. You understand? You have this perfectly greased machine, and then you take a woman. It's like a huge adjustable wrench, and you're throwing it into the gears, just to ruin everything. I'm telling you right now, you have a woman by your house no longer than one night. That's it. Then she's got to go. She's got to go. That lie to her. I'm going away. I'm going away the next couple days. You got to get out. Because after 2 days, they go to Home Depot. They change the locks on the doors. You think I'm kidding you? Fucking A. Listen to me, buddy. You got a good life on the way. You got a good life. Man, it was another fucking bomb. Oof. Here we go. I don't know why I'm so gassy over here. I'm happy for you, my friend. You got your own place. Hey, Jesse. Hope all is well. I need your thoughts. I'm looking to get I thought my camera wasn't on for a second. I'm looking to get a Ford Maverick, and I need your opinion. You came to the right place. I'm 44, married, 2 kids. Sorry to hear that. Ages 4 and 2. Don't feel like having a $1,000 car payment and liking what I'm seeing from the Maverick. I love the Maverick, man. I absolutely love it. Drove down. I'm gonna maybe I told this story before. Fully loaded bed, truck bed. Okay, going up to Oswego. 4 people in the truck, comfortably seated. AC on the whole way. 85 miles an hour the whole way. Because we had that WhatsApp, and it's telling us where the cops are. 85 miles an hour cruise control the whole way. My average speed must have been ridiculous for the trip. Hang on a second. And yeah, I'm 39 miles to the gallon. I went up to Oswego. It's a 6-hour drive. 6 hours there, 6 hours back. 12 hours of driving. Okay? Less than a tank of gas. Who's better than me? I didn't even stop at the fucking gas station. Then, I take my family down to Wildwood, New Jersey. You got to get the hybrid, by the way. The hybrid is dynamite. Let me tell you something right now. Everybody's like, EcoBoost. Fuck the EcoBoost. I'm going to tell you why. These electric motors, they don't break. I don't know if you know anything about electric motors. The truck starts in electric, okay? I don't know. The gas motor kicks in like 40 miles an hour. You get your best gas mileage around town. Around town, the truck gets 41. And that's with the AC blaring. The most utterly comfortable ride. I mean, the truck rides like a fucking car. Am I here to tell you right now? I filled it to the fucking hilt with bricks the other day. Bricks, dirt, rocks, chunks of concrete. Oh, it broke my heart to put it on that little truck. The little truck was down like this. Drove it to the dump like nobody's business. Fuck out of here, man. This is like the best car ever. It's like the best fucking car ever. You got to get the hybrid though. Because, I mean, and it's fucking fast. I don't beat on it because there's no reason to beat on it. I'm getting 41 miles per gallon around town. My whole thing is I get a boner for gas mileage now. So there's like a little meter on it that tells you like where your economy is. Like where your best driving economy is. I'm like staring at it the whole time I'm driving. I'm so into gas mileage now. I have these big trucks pull up next to me. They're rolling coal on me and whatnot. I don't give a fuck. I feel fuck you. I'm winning. I'm winning with this truck. I get into this person's Mercedes Benz. And I got a better ride in my Maverick. Because the Germans don't understand luxury. Europeans don't understand luxury. Not to say that the Maverick's luxurious. But I got in an Audi the other day. The fucking car, it had to be a $100,000 car. The thing was breaking my back. I felt like I was in a go-kart. I was like, haven't they figured out suspension? Okay, great. It'll run Nuremberg. All right, but I'm on the Southern State Parkway. This thing's breaking my back. I got into a Honda Accord. You're breaking my back. Don't sit in the back seat of a Honda Accord lately. I don't know what they did to this car. It's supposed to be their flagship car for Honda. The thing will break your back. Anyhow. I understand the prices of Mavericks are going up. I got mine for $29.5. $29.55 out the door. Taxes and tags. To me, that value right there, I get a pickup truck bed, I get 4 doors, and I get the insane gas mileage. I was sold. You can throw your 2 kids in the back, no problem. Comfortably. And safely. It's got a 5-star fucking safety rating. Yeah. I watched a whole video on the crash testing of the Maverick and how well thought out it is. And how they laminate metal now, so when it crashes, it actually blows up like a balloon almost. And creates more impact resistance. And also, like, if you get hit in the back, there's a spare tire under there. And what was happening was, when it would get hit in the back during testing, it was shoving the spare tire into the back of the passenger compartment. So they put something that looks like a half a bear trap in front of the spare tire. It's just welded. It comes down. It's welded to the bottom of the truck bed. It comes down and it has teeth on it. Looks like a fucking bear trap. Seriously. So when the truck gets hit from the back, it forces the spare tire into the bear trap and punctures the tire. So it lets the air out on either side of the tire to give you that extra 4 inches or 5 inches, and prevents it from, like, you know, a big hit from the back prevents the spare tire from going into the passenger cab or denting in the passenger cab. Like wonderful, like five-star crash tests. You know, that takes engineering. That's what you got to think about. Never buy a European car. You want a Mercedes, you want a BMW, you want a fucking Audi, you lease the motherfucker. You lease it, because after 4 years, it's nothing but a piece of shit that's impossible to repair anyhow. So I skate around the forums for the Maverick, and people absolutely love them, and there hasn't been any major issues with them yet. Especially, you know, I have the 2024. Okay, but $29.55 out the door. I thought I did very well with that. Anyway, that's your scoop on Mavericks, man. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. The only problem is I got this woman at work who called the truck. 2 women. I love your truck. It's adorable. It's like, listen here. Truck and adorable don't go in the same sentence together. Just, you know, moving forward. Anyhow, that's it, bro. I wish you a lot of luck, man. You know something? You see other people with Mavericks, I thumbs up them. They thumbs up me back. Because people that drive a Maverick aren't miserable bastards. They don't have an $800 car note. And they just fucking love them. You see another, it's like Miata guys. We're like Maverick guys. Like, yo, nice Maverick. I saw a guy the other day. He had he's a moron. He had the fucking, what was the edition of the Maverick? Oh no, what was it called now? It was like the highest end edition. And it had like copper, bronze, like accents everywhere on the wheels and everything like that. I can't remember what the package name was. I was like, oh, you're a moron. You bought a $50,000 Maverick. Like all decked out. Like that's a moron move. That's like getting a high-end Toyota Corolla. You're a moron. You missed the whole point. I bought mine as a stripper. I told them, if you get hand crank door handles, that's what I want. Like the hand crank window handles, I'll take it. Mine's stripped down, and to be honest with you, I even got steel wheels. Because I like that look. Fuck the alloy wheels. I don't need them. They crack. They skid on the side of the road. You know, they skid on the curb. Steel wheels don't do that. They're like embedded in the rubber of the tire. The rubber on the tire will hit way before the fucking alloy wheels that stick out. You know? Like, fucking, I don't even need it. I think the only options I got were a full-size spare, you know, just because I'm planning on driving the thing a lot, like, you know, down south and whatnot. And that was it. Everything else was standard features. And to be honest with you, everything sounds great. Maybe I would have spent the extra money to get the improved sound system, even though the stereo sounds fine. It's just that I'm a music guy. But I don't even know how much better the sound system would be. I don't know. Fuck them all, big and small. Yeah, that's your Maverick scoop. I hope that helped. Hold on, looking to get a Ford Maverick 44. Yeah, bam, bam, bam. I don't feel like having $1,000. Yeah, who wants a fucking car payment? My wife already has an SUV for longer trips with the kids. Biggest concern is room in the backseat for kids. Plenty of room. Also, I was comparing the base XL model versus the XLT luxury model. Why would you think about getting the luxury model for $5,000 more? You're ruining the whole point. You're just ruining the point. Not looking for a crazy lariat or a tremor package. That's what it was, the tremor package, okay? You got a Maverick, all right? Never mind tremor. Thoughts? Any recommendations? Getting maybe bed liner? I didn't get the bed liner. I didn't get that. That's how fucking cheap I am. I got a mat. Listen, I got a mat from Amazon, $87. That you roll out. You don't roll out. It came folded. And when it came folded in the box, I'm like, this fucking thing will never lay flat. And when I put it in the back, it didn't lay flat. It curled up but they even said in the instructions, once the sun beats on it a little bit, it'll lay flat. Now it lays perfect. Got great reviews on Amazon. And I've been using that. And my bed is perfect. My bed is literally perfect. I wish I had bad. I'm running on, what do they call that? I'm running on the main right now. I'm not on battery on my camera. I take you out there. And I've done a lot of work with the Maverick so far. I've thrown a lot of shit in the back. It's a fucking bed of a truck, man. Stop with the bed liner and all that shit. You just get a mat for the back. It's a fitted mat. It even rolls up a little bit like a what do you call that? The fucking fancy mats that you get for your car. Liner or something, liner, I don't know. It fits perfectly though, and it looks great. Yeah, bed liner, bed of wheels, no, steel wheels. Listen, I went for the steel wheels. I like them because to me it's a retro look, and I know how easy steel wheels are to maintain. If you bend them, the guy at the tire shop can literally bend them back. They have this big wrench that they put on, or you can do it with a big adjustable and just bend them back. You hit a pothole or something and your wheel bends. Steel wheels, you just bend them back. Alloys, they're cracked. They're fucked. So why? I go over potholes now. I don't even have a second thought about it. I go up a curb with the thing. I don't have a second thought. I got the steel wheels. That was a big issue when I brought it home, though. My wife, first thing she said, those wheels got to go. My son, first thing he said, Dad, what's with the wheels? Everybody says that. Some people love them. Some people hate them. I love them. And I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks because they're not paying for the truck. I did. I need some honest answers. I'll trust you. Give me... And I trust you more than car YouTubers. That's it, bro. You just got it from here, and you're from... Yeah. That's it, brother. You're the fuck out of here. You're the fuck out... That's it. Mm-hmm. That was a good one. I love talking about the Maverick. I go on and on all day. Hey Jesse, want to say a big thank you for continuing to do the shows. I think we all know how much work you put in, and we really appreciate all the laughs you give us. Anyway, here's the background to my question. I'm 39, married, one child. Sorry. I have been fortunate and lucky enough to have one of my investments pay off. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Mm-hmm. It's actually done so well that if I sold my investment now, I would have just enough cash to pay off my mortgage. Wow, imagine that. Mortgage paid off? I know a lot of people can dream about that one, huh? What a nice day that must be to pay off your mortgage. Listen, we know we don't own anything here in the United States of America. We know even if you pay off your mortgage, you're still in it for the property tax, right? And if you don't pay that, they'll just yank the rug out from under you. But it's a huge milestone to pay off a car, to pay off a mortgage, and you got an extra $3,000 coming in every month. How must that feel? God damn. Yes. We have a great home and I don't plan on moving. There's no need to upgrade. We don't expect any huge expenses in the future. My wife and I are currently working full time. My wife actually enjoys her work, but I am the opposite. My entire life I have hated working at my job, me too, and only do it out of necessity. My dream is to quit. Sorry. And retire as soon as possible. Of course, even if we paid off our mortgage, we still have the typical expenses and need for income of some time. Here's my idea. I pay off the mortgage, quit my job, and basically retire, and my wife continues to work and bring home income. I could stay at home dad and just do whatever I want to full time. Typing it out kind of seems like a bad idea. But at the same time, I really want to stop working, and I can't imagine how much happier I would be than... What's the problem? What do you think? Idiot plan from hell? I think it's fantastic. I think you should do it. By the way, I'd like to say something right now. Never take advice from a guy that spends most of his time in a shed. Financial advice. Well, advice in general. Okay? You don't want to take advice from me, but I think you have a wonderful idea and a wonderful plan. If you can pay off your house, stay at home. I don't know how lazy you are. It all depends on how lazy you are. Here's the problem. I have a friend who's a police officer, okay? And he became a police officer because of a 20-year retirement. And after 20 years happened, he shut everything off. Okay? In other words, he just stays at home and watches TV and is a complete lazy sack of shit. And that's beautiful. Okay? Because he can do it. His wife actually works, and much like you, she enjoys her job. She's like a nurse, and whatnot. They moved to Florida, but he does nothing. So what might create, I don't know if it'll create a little rift with your wife. Here's the thing. Try to be productive at home. This is my thing, because I would be so productive at home. If I left my job tomorrow, I would do more work than I've ever done in my life. But things that I want to do. So if you're that type of guy, then I say go for it. Try to do, there's so many, when you get away from the torture of work, your mind is, and your imagination, I've never been in a position, would just flourish. And it's like you can do whatever you want. Guy, do it. Life is short, okay? Life is short. People drop dead. I don't know if you know that. Okay? I've seen it happen. People drop dead. You could drop dead today. Today. Leave the job. Leave the job. And we all celebrate you. Okay? That's right. Everybody celebrates you. Because that's fantastic. To be able to get away from that prison. Because obviously the way you feel about it is you don't like it, and it's a prison. It's a prison. We all do it, okay? Most of us do it. So there's a 0.0001% of the population that actually likes their job out there. Okay, yeah, we know you people. I'll never understand it. The second I got to do what somebody else tells me to do, I shut myself off. I talked about this before. I turn myself into the undead. I turn myself into the zombify mode. I say, okay, I'll do that. Okay, we'll follow orders. We follow orders, but my ego inside, I got to shut it down. Like there's a whole process. That's why I wake up super early in the morning. I got to suppress all at my testosterone. I got to push my ego down, and I got to go into work, and I got to say, hey, boss, okay, what do you want me to do next? But then, when I leave work, what I do is I go through a metamorphosis, almost. I come out of a cocoon. And then my day actually starts. So my day is actually only 16 hours long. When I'm at work, it's just, I'm the undead. So there you have it. I'm very proud of you, my friend. You made smart decisions in your life, and that's what it boils down to. All right, you popped on a nice investment, and now you should take care of yourself. Paying off that mortgage, what a beautiful thing. Really is. Really is. Now get the fuck out of here. Okay, buddy? Just get the fuck out of here. Oh, man. All right, we got time for one more here. My friend! Sorry for the heavy advices lately. I really appreciate everything you do. I'm 41, married with 3 kids. Sorry to hear that. About 3 years ago, my mother-in-law passed away. She was pretty sick for about a year before passing. My wife took it very hard. I tried to give her space, support, and time to grieve properly. It's plainly obvious she's not the same person since dealing with this loss. I've accepted this as part of our lives now, and understand grieving is different for everyone, as I've also lost family and close friends. Every time we disagree and the decision veers towards argument, my wife brings up her deceased mother in an attempt to excuse her erratic behavior, trying to make me feel bad and win the argument. Any advices on the conflict from my grieving spouse? Yeah, you tell her she dropped dead 3 years ago. Enough already. You gotta blast her with it, or you're gonna keep on hearing about it. Holy Christ, say your mother's spinning in a grave from all your crying. If you died tomorrow, okay, would you want everybody sitting there bitching and moaning and crying? No, of course not. Her mother didn't want that either. Her mother wanted her to be happy. Just tell her you fucking... You're a real party pooper with this shit already. I don't know, these broads. There's something more underneath this. I don't know what's going on. I'm not a psychiatrist. All right? They're just fucking nuts. Don't pay attention to her. We're going back to what my father-in-law said. Just don't pay attention. It sounds like your wife's a real nut. You know, no disrespect, but everybody in their goddamn problems. You ever notice that? I don't have any problems. I mean, I have problems. I keep them to myself. God almighty, like a decent human being. It's like, I realize that I just go through the day dealing with other people's problems. And to be honest with you, at the end of the day, I'm just sick of it already. I don't know, man. You got to tell her how you feel. You got to tell her how you feel. I don't know, good, bad, or whatever. You got to tell her how you feel. You say you got to stop all this. That's bad advice, by the way. Don't tell her how you feel. Just you know what? You have a garage. Go in the fucking garage. I don't know. You guys got my head spinning. That wasn't a good answer. You're just making me aggravated now. What time is it? All right, guys, 45 minutes here. All right? This is the Advices program. This is the email address. Put Advices in the header. You guys did such a fantastic job. Did you notice I didn't have to search for 3 days for the Advices? Yeah, you guys did a great job. Keep them coming. Ask me anything. Ask me, what's the matter? You got a rash on your dick? I've been there. Let me know about it. You don't go to doctors first, all right? You come to Bithead 1000. Shake a little lemon oil on there or something. I don't know. Squeeze a lemon on the end of your dick. We'll have you back in like tip-top shape. All right, guys. Patreons, I love you guys. We'll see you next time.